Canada is a vast and diverse country with a rich cultural heritage and a high standard of living. Here's an overview of living, culture, and tourism in Canada. Living in Canada, quality of life. Canada consistently ranks high in terms of quality of life. It offers a great balance between work and personal life, with access to excellent health care, education, and social services. The country is known for its peaceful, safe communities and a diverse, inclusive society. Cost of living. The cost of living can vary greatly depending on the region. Major cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal tend to have a higher cost of living, especially in terms of housing. However, smaller cities and rural areas can offer a more affordable lifestyle. Weather and geography. Canada's geography is incredibly diverse, ranging from snowy winters in the north to temperate conditions in the south. Winters can be harsh, with cold temperatures and significant snowfall, but many Canadians embrace winter activities like skiing, snowboarding, and ice skating. Multiculturalism. Canada is known for its multiculturalism and inclusivity, with people from all over the world contributing to the country's rich cultural fabric. The country celebrates diversity through festivals, events, and cuisine, with large communities of people from Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. Culture in Canada. Languages. Canada is officially bilingual, with English and French as the two official languages. Quebec is the heart of French-speaking Canada, while English is dominant in most other regions. Both languages are taught in schools, and you'll find a mix of both cultures in larger cities. Arts and entertainment. Canada has a thriving arts scene, from music and theater to visual arts and literature. The country has produced world-renowned artists like Leonard Cohen, Drake, Celine Dion, and Michael. Canadian film and television have also gained international acclaim, with directors like David Cronenberg and actors such as Ryan Reynolds and Rachel McAdams making their mark globally. Indigenous cultures. Indigenous cultures are an integral part of Canadian identity. These communities have deep cultural traditions that include storytelling, art, music, and spirituality, which are increasingly celebrated and preserved in modern Canadian society. Cuisine. Canadian cuisine is influenced by the country's multicultural background. Common dishes include poutine fries with cheese curds and gravy, butter tarts, and maple syrup-based sweets. Seafood, particularly in the maritime provinces, is also popular, as are foods from immigrant communities, like Italian, Chinese, Indian, and Caribbean dishes. Tourism in Canada. Canada is a tourist's paradise, offering a wide variety of experiences across its expansive land. Nature and outdoor activities. National parks. Canada is known for its stunning natural landscapes, including national parks like Banff, Jasper, and Yellowstone. The Rocky Mountains, coastal rainforests, and vast prairies make the country a haven for outdoor enthusiasts. Wildlife. From grizzly bears in the west, to moose and beavers in the forests, Canada is a fantastic destination for wildlife lovers. Adventure sports. Skiing, hiking, kayaking, and snowboarding are some of the most popular outdoor activities in Canada. City attractions. Vancouver. Known for its beautiful scenery, mild weather, and diverse culture, Vancouver offers a mix of urban life and nature. The city's Stanley Park and nearby mountains are top attractions. Toronto. Montreal. A blend of French and English cultures, Montreal is famous for its vibrant arts scene, festivals, like the Montreal International Jazz Festival, and excellent food. Cultural heritage sites. Quebec City, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Quebec City is a historic gem with cobblestone streets, beautiful old architecture, and a strong French influence. Ottawa. The capital of Canada, Ottawa offers historical landmarks like Parliament Hill, the Rideau Canal, a UNESCO site, and national museums like the National Gallery of Canada. Festivals. Canada is home to a wide range of festivals throughout the year. The best spots to witness this natural light display include parts of the Yukon in Northwest Territories and northern Alberta. Living in Canada continued. Healthcare. Canada's healthcare system is publicly funded, which means all Canadian citizens and permanent residents have access to basic health services without paying directly at the point of care. This single-payer system is an important part of Canadian society, and health outcomes are generally very good. However, waiting times for certain medical services or specialists can be an issue in some areas. Education. Canada is known for its strong education system, with public schools offering free education from kindergarten to high school. The country also has some of the world's top universities, including the University of Toronto, McGill University, and the University of British Columbia. Education in Canada is high quality, and the emphasis is often on inclusivity, diversity, and research. Work and job opportunities. Canada's economy is diverse, with key sectors such as natural resources, technology, manufacturing, and finance. The labor market is competitive, especially in major cities. However, Canada has relatively low unemployment rates and a high standard of living, making it an attractive destination for skilled workers from around the world. Public safety. Canada is considered one of the safest countries globally. Violent crime rates are lower than in many other countries, and the government maintains a strong focus on public safety, effective law enforcement, and community-building initiatives. Culture in Canada continued. Sports. Canadians are passionate about sports, especially ice hockey, which is often considered the national pastime. The National Hockey League (NHL) is extremely popular, and Canadian teams like the Montreal Canadiens, Toronto Maple Leafs, and Vancouver Canucks have passionate fan bases. Other popular sports include lacrosse, Canada's official summer sport, Canadian football, soccer, and curling. Literature and philosophy. Canada has a rich literary history, with famous writers like Margaret Atwood, Alice Munro, and Michael. Canadian literature often explores themes of identity, immigration, and the relationship between people and the land. Canadian philosophers like Charles Taylor have also contributed significantly to global intellectual thought, particularly around issues of multiculturalism and political theory. Indigenous art and traditions. Indigenous Canadians are renowned for their unique art forms, which include beadwork, pottery, carving, and painting. Indigenous dance, music, and storytelling also play vital roles in cultural preservation. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada has furthered efforts to honor Indigenous cultures, and there's a growing interest in reconnecting with these communities through cultural experiences, art exhibitions, and events. Tourism in Canada continued. National parks and natural wonders. Canada is home to some of the world's most stunning natural wonders. Banff and Jasper National Parks, Alberta. These parks offer breathtaking views of snow-capped mountains, turquoise lakes like Lake Louise, and abundant wildlife such as bears, elk, and wolves. Niagara Falls, Ontario. One of the most famous natural attractions in the world. Niagara Falls attracts millions of tourists each year to view the magnificent waterfalls, which straddle the US-Canada border. The Bay of Fundy, New Brunswick in Nova Scotia, known for having the highest tides in the world. The Bay of Fundy offers dramatic landscapes and opportunities for whale watching and hiking. Great Bear Rainforest, British Columbia, one of the largest temperate rainforests in the world. This area is famous for its rich biodiversity, including the rare Kermode spirit bear, a white bear that is considered sacred by Indigenous peoples. Canadian wilderness and wildlife safaris. Whale watching in British Columbia. The coast of British Columbia is known for being a prime location to see orcas, humpback whales, gray whales, and other marine life. Tours are popular in Vancouver, Victoria, and along the northern coast. Polar bear viewing in Manitoba. In places like Churchill, Manitoba, tourists can view polar bears in the wild during the fall months. It's one of the best locations for a polar bear safari. UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Canada is home to a number of UNESCO World Heritage Sites, including Old Quebec City, Quebec, a historical and cultural treasure, with its charming cobblestone streets and 17th-century architecture. Quebec City is the only fortified city in North America. Gros Morne National Park, Newfoundland and Labrador. This UNESCO site offers a strikingly diverse landscape of rugged cliffs, fjords and coastal plains. Head smashed in Buffalo Jump, Alberta. This archaeological site, sacred to many Indigenous groups, offers a window into how bison were hunted in the area for thousands of years. Cultural and music festivals. Montreal International Film Festival, one of the most prestigious film festivals in the world, attracting directors and actors from all over the globe. Edmonton Folk Music Festival. Held in Edmonton, this festival brings together folk artists and attracts thousands of music fans every summer. Toronto International Film Festival TIFF, one of the most influential film festivals in the world. TIFF attracts global filmmakers, actors, and Northern Canada and the Arctic, Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut. These regions are known for their untouched wilderness, unique wildlife, and indigenous cultures. Travelers can experience the Arctic tundra, view the northern lights, and engage in activities like dog sledding, ice fishing, and more. The remote locations also offer a chance to learn about indigenous culture and history. Unique experiences. Ice Hotel in Quebec. The Hotel de Glace, located just outside of Quebec City, is a unique ice hotel that is reconstructed every year with sculptures, ice furniture, and ice walls. Whistler, British Columbia. One of the largest ski resorts in North America. Whistler is a year-round destination for skiing, mountain biking, and hiking. Living in Canada. Further insights. Transportation. Public transit. Canada's larger cities, such as Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, and Calgary, have well-developed public transportation systems that include buses, subways, light rail, and commuter trains. In cities like Toronto, the Toronto Transit Commission (TTC) is a reliable and affordable way to get around. Driving. Canada has a robust road network, making car travel a popular choice for many residents, especially outside urban areas. Flying. Canada's vast size means air travel is essential for long-distance travel, especially for those in remote areas or smaller cities. Major airports like Toronto Pearson, Vancouver International, and Montreal Pierre Elliott Trudeau connect the country to the world. Canada provides a strong social safety net, including government-funded programs for unemployment benefits, pensions for the elderly, and family support. The Canadian social welfare system aims to reduce poverty and ensure that all citizens have access to the basics needed for a decent life. Programs like employment, insurance, EI, and the Canada Child Benefits (CCB) help ensure that families and individuals are supported during challenging times. Sustainability and environmental awareness. Canada is known for its commitment to environmental sustainability. Many Canadians are environmentally conscious, and initiatives like recycling programs, green energy production, and reducing carbon footprints are common. Canada is also a major player in conservation efforts, both at home and globally, protecting endangered species and combating climate change. Health and wellness. The Canadian lifestyle places a strong emphasis on health and wellness, with fitness activities being a regular part of many people's lives. Outdoor activities like hiking, skiing, and cycling are part of daily routines, particularly in more rural or mountainous areas. There is also a growing focus on mental health, with public campaigns aimed at reducing stigma and increasing access to services. Culture in Canada. More details. Fashion and style. Canada's fashion scene is influenced by both European and North American styles, with large cities like Toronto and Montreal being home to various fashion designers, boutiques, and major shopping districts. Montreal, in particular, is known for its chic, European-influenced style, while Toronto is a hub for fashion innovation. However, everyday fashion tends to be practical and functional due to Canada's cold climate, especially in winter. Cultural holidays and celebrations. Canada celebrates a range of holidays and festivals, many of which are multicultural. Canada Day, July 1st, a national holiday that marks Canada's Confederation in 1867. It's celebrated with fireworks, concerts, and outdoor events. Thanksgiving, second Monday in October. Similar to the U.S. tradition, it's a time for families to come together and give thanks. It's celebrated with turkey dinners, family gatherings, and parades. Holidays for immigrant communities. Canada also celebrates holidays of various immigrant communities, including Diwali, Indian Festival of Lights, Lunar New Year celebrated by the Chinese and other East Asian communities, and Hanukkah Jewish festival. Music and dance. Canada is a musical powerhouse, with contributions from artists across genres. Classical music. Canada has a strong classical music tradition, with famous orchestras such as the Montreal Symphony Orchestra and the Toronto Symphony Orchestra. Folk and country music. Canadian folk music has deep roots, with famous figures like Gordon Lightfoot and Leonard Cohen. Country music also has a prominent place in Canadian culture, with artists like Shania Twain and K.D. Lang achieving international fame. Contemporary music. From the global pop success of artists like Drake, Justin Bieber, and The Weeknd, to rock legends like Rush and Nickelback, Canada has played an important role in shaping modern music. Indigenous music. Traditional music from Indigenous cultures is an essential part of Canada's cultural landscape. Many famous Canadian authors are celebrated globally, including Margaret Atwood, known for books like The Handmaid's Tale and Oryx and Crake. Atwood's works often explore themes of environmentalism, feminism, and dystopian futures. Alice Munro, known for her short stories, Munro won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2013. Her works focus on human relationships and the complexities of life in small towns. Michael Ondaatje, the author of The English Patient. Ondaatje's works often explore themes of identity and migration. Tourism in Canada, extended exploration, adventure and ecotourism. Canada is an adventure lover's paradise, offering unparalleled opportunities for outdoor activities. Rockies and hiking trails. The Canadian Rockies are a dream for hikers and mountaineers, offering numerous trails of varying difficulty levels. Ecotourism in British Columbia. The province offers ecologically sensitive tours to explore natural environments, skiing and snowboarding. As one of the world's top skiing destinations, Canada has renowned ski resorts like Whistler Blackcomb, BC, Banff, and Lake Louise Ab, and Mont Tremblant, QC. Skiers and snowboarders can enjoy world-class facilities and stunning mountain views. Historical and heritage tourism. The Canadian Museum of History, Gatineau, QC, one of Canada's largest museums, offering insights into the country's Indigenous peoples, early history, and cultural evolution. The Rideau Canal, Ottawa, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The canal is the world's longest skating rink in winter. It offers boat tours during the warmer months. Old Montreal, known for its historic European-style buildings, cobblestone streets, and landmarks like the Notre Dame Basilica and the Old Port. Old Montreal offers a glimpse into the country's colonial past. Wine regions. Okanagan Valley, British Columbia, known for its warm climate and fertile land. The Okanagan Valley is one of Canada's prime wine-producing regions. The area offers wine tours and tastings, making it a popular destination for wine lovers. Niagara Region, Ontario, another major wine-producing region. Niagara's wineries are world-renowned. The region is famous for its ice wine production, which involves harvesting grapes during freezing temperatures. Festivals in remote regions. The Northern Lights Festival, Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. One of the best places to witness the Northern Lights, Yellowknife also hosts a festival celebrating Indigenous culture, local arts, and winter sports. The Iqaluit Inuit Arts Festival, Nunavut. This festival offers visitors the chance to experience the art, music, and cultural traditions of the Inuit people, with traditional dancing, storytelling, and food. Canadians are proud of their multicultural identity, which is celebrated through policies like multiculturalism that encourage the preservation of different cultural identities. Canada is a haven for immigrants, with over 200 ethnic groups contributing to the country's rich cultural mosaic. Cities like Toronto and Vancouver are some of the most diverse in the world, with large populations of people from every continent. Technology and innovation. Canada has a strong and growing technology sector, particularly in cities like Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, and Vancouver. The country is home to world-class innovation hubs and research institutions, such as the University of Waterloo, known for its engineering and computer science programs, and the Monk School of Global Affairs in Toronto. Canada is also a leader in AI research, with institutions like the Vector Institute for Artificial Intelligence in Toronto playing a pivotal role in global advancements. Living in Canada, extended insights. Education system. Canada is known for its high-quality education system, which is publicly funded and available to all residents. The country boasts an impressive literacy rate and is home to several world-renowned universities and colleges. The system is known for its inclusivity, with special programs for Indigenous students and a focus on helping non-English speaking students adapt through programs like ESL, English as a Second Language. Higher education. Canada is home to some of the best universities in the world, such as the University of Toronto, McGill University, and University of British Columbia, UBC. These institutions consistently rank highly for their research programs, particularly in fields like medicine, engineering, and environmental sciences. Many international students are attracted to Canada for its top-tier education system. Work-life balance. Canadians typically prioritize a good work-life balance. The work week in Canada is generally 40 hours, but flexible work arrangements, including remote work, have become increasingly common. Many workers are entitled to vacation time, usually 2 weeks or more, as well as statutory holidays like New Year's Day and Labor Day. Sports culture. Major leagues like the NHL, National Hockey League, are followed by millions of fans, and local games are a common social event, especially during the winter months. Hockey, whether it's playing in a local rink, watching a professional game, or just skating in one of Canada's famous outdoor rinks such as the Rideau Canal in Ottawa, hockey is a quintessential part of Canadian identity. Lacrosse, often considered Canada's national summer sport, lacrosse has deep Indigenous roots. Both field lacrosse and box lacrosse are popular throughout the country. Cultural integration through sports. Sports like basketball, soccer, and Canadian football also enjoy wide popularity in Canada, and there are numerous community leagues, particularly in larger cities. Language and multilingualism. Canada is officially bilingual, with both English and French as official languages, while English is the dominant language in most parts of the country. French is primarily spoken in Quebec, which has a large French-speaking population. In fact, Montreal, the largest city in Quebec, is one of the most bilingual cities in the world. Indigenous languages. Beyond English and French, Canada is home to over 70 Indigenous languages, many of which are actively being preserved and revitalized. Efforts are being made to include Indigenous language courses in schools, and promote these languages as part of Canada's rich heritage. Culture in Canada. Further exploration. Cultural festivals and events. Canada hosts a wide array of cultural festivals and events throughout the year, celebrating its diversity and artistic expression. Montreal International Jazz Festival. One of the largest jazz festivals in the world. This event attracts thousands of visitors every summer for a celebration of jazz music, with performances by international artists and local talent. Toronto International Film Festival TIFF is one of the most prestigious film festivals globally, offering a platform for filmmakers to showcase their works, particularly those exploring social, political, and cultural themes. Calgary Stampede. This annual rodeo and exhibition, held every July, celebrates Canada's cowboy culture with events like bull riding, chuckwagon races, and live country music performances. Edmonton Folk Music Festival. This festival brings together folk musicians from all over the world for a celebration of acoustic sounds, storytelling, and cultural exchange. Literary and artistic heritage. Canadian culture is rich in literature and visual arts, with the country's history of storytelling reflected in both Indigenous and settler traditions. Indigenous art and storytelling. The importance of oral storytelling among Indigenous communities remains strong, with stories passed down through generations. These stories often feature teachings about nature, spirituality, and the human condition. Indigenous artists, such as Norval Morrisseau and Bill Reid, are celebrated for their unique contributions to Canadian art. Apart from the aforementioned authors like Margaret Atwood and Alice Munro, other influential Canadian writers include Michael Ondaatje, Joseph Boyden, and Jan Martel, author of Life of Pi. Canadian literature often reflects themes of national identity, multiculturalism, and the natural environment. Indigenous rights and movements. Canada has been engaged in a process of reconciliation with its Indigenous peoples. This has been a long and complex journey, especially after centuries of colonization, forced assimilation, and residential schools that left deep scars in many communities. Over the years, efforts to recognize and respect Indigenous rights have taken center stage. Truth and Reconciliation Commission. This initiative aims to address the legacy of the residential school system, acknowledging past abuses and promoting healing. The Commission has led to the creation of policies aimed at improving the social, economic, and cultural outcomes for Indigenous peoples. Land acknowledgements and native rights movements. In recent years, there has been greater awareness of land rights and the need to honor treaties. Many organizations, schools, and municipalities now begin their events with land acknowledgements, recognizing the traditional territories of Indigenous peoples on which they live and work. Tourism in Canada. Extended exploration. Northern and remote tourism. For those seeking something off the beaten path, Canada's remote and northern regions provide a stunning backdrop for unique adventures. Ice road tours. Yukon and Northwest Territories. In the winter, ice roads form across frozen lakes, allowing travelers to access otherwise inaccessible regions. Tours along these ice roads, such as those leading to remote Inuit villages or historic gold mines, offer a surreal experience. Polar bear viewing. Manitoba. The town of Churchill in northern Manitoba is often called the polar bear capital of the world. Tourists flock there in the fall to see polar bears migrating along the Hudson Bay. An awe-inspiring sight for wildlife enthusiasts. Arctic cruises. For those looking for a truly unique adventure, Arctic cruises take tourists to remote areas of Nunavut, the Northwest Territories, and even Greenland, with opportunities to view wildlife like polar bears, seals, and whales. Wildlife and nature tours. Canada's diverse ecosystems make it a paradise for wildlife lovers. Bear watching in British Columbia. Canada is home to many bear species, including grizzly bears, black bears, and polar bears. Visitors to regions like Great Bear Rainforest in British Columbia or Banff National Park in Alberta can take guided tours to safely observe these magnificent creatures in their natural habitats. Whale watching in Atlantic Canada. The waters around Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, and Quebec are prime spots for whale watching. Species like humpback whales, minke whales, and blue whales can be seen migrating along the coastline. Wildlife parks and zoos. Banff National Park and Jasper National Park are famous for their rich wildlife, while zoos and conservation centers like the Toronto Zoo and the Vancouver Aquarium focus on education, conservation, and species preservation. Culinary tourism in Canada's regions. Montreal, Quebec. Known for its vibrant food scene, Montreal offers a mix of French and Canadian culinary traditions. Classic dishes like poutine and Montreal-style bagels are staples, while the city is also a hub for innovative dining, with a number of Michelin-starred restaurants. The Okanagan Valley, British Columbia. Apart from its wine, the Okanagan Valley is known for its fruits, including cherries, peaches, and apricots. Byward Market in downtown Ottawa is a great place to explore local food artisans, from fresh produce to gourmet cheeses and artisan meats. Adventure tourism. Canada is a prime destination for adventure tourism, offering a wide range of activities for thrill-seekers. Rock climbing. British Columbia and Alberta. The mountainous regions of Canada provide excellent rock climbing opportunities. Areas like Squamish, BC and Banff National Park AB are renowned for their challenging climbs and breathtaking views. Canoeing and kayaking. Ontario and Quebec. Ziplining and bungee jumping. Quebec. For adrenaline junkies, zip lining and bungee jumping in areas like Mont Tremblant provide an exciting way to experience Canada's natural beauty. Social harmony. Canada's peaceful nature and focus on social welfare help foster harmony within communities. Canadians tend to have a reputation for being polite and friendly, with a deep respect for different cultures, religions, and traditions. While challenges still exist in areas like Indigenous reconciliation and addressing systemic issues in certain sectors, there is an ongoing effort to improve these aspects of society. Real estate market. The real estate market in Canada has seen significant price increases in recent years, particularly in major cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal. Housing affordability has become a critical issue for younger Canadians and new immigrants. The government has introduced measures like the first-time home buyer incentive to help ease the burden, but in some areas, high demand continues to push up prices. Culture in Canada continued. Film and cinema. Canada has a thriving film industry, and Canadian filmmakers have made a significant impact on global cinema. Directors like David Cronenberg, known for body horror films like The Fly, Denis Villeneuve, director of Blade Runner 2049 and Dune, and Xavier Dolan, known for Mommy, have gained international recognition. Film festivals like the Toronto International Film Festival (TIFF) have helped showcase Canadian and international talent to the world. Canadian cinema. Canadian cinema often explores themes of identity, immigration, and the challenges of life in a multicultural society. Films like Adenarjut the Fast Runner 2001, a groundbreaking Inuit film, and Incendies 2010, based on a play by Waidi Mawawad, have gained critical acclaim. Indigenous cultural revival. In recent years, there has been a strong movement in Canada to revive and preserve Indigenous cultures. This has included efforts to reclaim land, language, and traditions, as well as greater representation in the arts and media. The Indigenous Renaissance is an important cultural movement that's shaping modern Canadian identity. Events like the National Aboriginal Day, now Indigenous Peoples Day, celebrate Indigenous cultures and allow for wider appreciation and understanding. Fashion and design. Canadian fashion often focuses on functionality due to the country's cold climate. However, cities like Montreal and Toronto are recognized for their fashion scenes, with many top designers, such as Erica and Brian from Erdem, and Samantha Pleat, being based in Canada. Canadian designers are known for their innovative and functional approach, often incorporating elements like outerwear suitable for harsh winters or eco-friendly materials. Visual arts. Canadian art is diverse, ranging from Indigenous art to contemporary works. The Group of Seven, an iconic Canadian art collective, captured the country's rugged natural landscapes in the early 20th century, with artists like Tom Thomson and Lauren Harris creating internationally renowned works. Indigenous art. Indigenous art is deeply rooted in the cultural practices of Canada's First Nations, Inuit and peoples. Artworks like totem poles, pottery, beadwork, and carvings are significant in reflecting the spiritual and cultural beliefs of Indigenous communities. Contemporary art. Canadian contemporary artists like Jeff Wall, Sherry Boyle, and Catherine Knight continue to push the boundaries of art, exploring complex social, political, and environmental issues. Tourism in Canada continued. Luxury and wellness tourism. Canada offers a range of high-end experiences for tourists looking to indulge in luxury. Resorts in places like Whistler, Lake Louise, and Mont Tremblant offer ski-in, ski-out accommodations, fine dining, and spas. The country also attracts wellness tourists looking for spa retreats in places like Banff and Whistler, with mineral-rich hot springs, holistic health treatments, and scenic views. Yukon. For those seeking something unique, the wilderness of Yukon provides an incredible, remote, and tranquil destination. Luxury wilderness lodges and eco-friendly resorts provide a chance to reconnect with nature while being pampered in comfort. Island escapes and coastal tourism. Canada has an extensive coastline, offering incredible opportunities for coastal tourism. Notable destinations include